How long have you been on this app?
Tandem a year. I heard of it and I went right on it.
No, I mean Clubhouse.
Jeez.
So, unfortunately, I mean, we're glad to have Berg, but we are in season 6 of Clubhouse. Seasons 1 through 3 were awesome, and season 1 was unmatched, but those first 3 seasons, excellent. There have been some trials and tribulations on this app, and what you have left, present company included, are the bastards, cripples, and broken things. So you're gonna, as you go through a lot of rooms, you're going to witness far more dysfunction than was here early on.
I'm not judging the app by what I'm seeing. I'm going through parties. This is the vast majority of what I'm seeing is pretty chaotic, you know. But you know what? Sometimes I'm in parties on Tandem, and every other party, people are killing each other. I'm like, what? You know, and it comes and goes, you know. But you're saying there's a lot of the pretty serious people who are taking turns talking have gone elsewhere, maybe to another app.
Absolutely. Like there's been a mass exodus. Jewish Clubhouse used to have multiple houses and multiple rooms daily. We're down to 1 or 2, and it's only a handful of people.
Wow.
Yeah, it's mostly people like me and Michael Broad's team talking shit.
Yeah. You guys are pretty angry earlier. It was good.
Oh, I'm not. I wasn't angry.
Not you. No, I'm saying you guys, the group. They would because people were bringing up, the whole Palestinian thing, and
right, yeah.
when anyone brought up an opinion, instead of saying, well, what do you mean? They would just say, no, there's no freaking way, you know. And they were literally choking each other. It's like, oh great. So I left everything. I'm not having this anymore.
True.
But, so you're saying, Liz, that the good days are gone. Whatever I'm enjoying it's not that they're bad people, it's that I'm just seeing all the worst.
Yeah, you're seeing the people who really just, I don't know, I call it a bit of the tism. The tism, okay. The OCD, the alcoholism, I can't stand my spouse, so I'm here all.
That's what I hate about these apps. You can't tell if someone's sober or not.
Yeah. A lot of people here are drunk.
I hate that. I hate it because I can't figure out if I should take something as the norm, or say, next time maybe it'll be better. Should I bother giving them a little chance, or it's hard to know. But some people will tell you that they're not sober. They'll tell you straight up.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I think that at this point, with what's left on this app, it's not hard to tell who's not sober. But I'm still here because I hold on to things far longer than I should. So there's a couple people I still like who come on here, and I'll pop in a few times a day just to see if there's anybody or anything interesting going. I don't see Naphtali that often. That's why I was like, oh, let me go see what's going. What's this about his bourbon?
I'm sorry?
Oh, no, go ahead, please.
No, it's fine. I'm very finished.
No, I just said that I saw Naphtali's bar mitzvah and was like, oh, what's going on?
Oh, that was referring to him.
Yes.
I didn't realize
the title of this room is it's Naphtali's bar mitzvah.
I was asking where people are going from here, from this app. You know where a lot of them are going? What's the next top spot?
A lot of people went to Spaces, and then Spaces on X, formerly Twitter.
Oh, okay.
It's a similar.
I've yet to be on any of these apps. This is really a stretch for me. Right now, I had to call my filter company and allow this app because it's social media. I cut out all social media. I don't want any of it. Like, I don't have Facebook on this device.
What do you think?
It's very nice. Yeah.
Well, I will tell you, I just followed you. So, if you look at the app and you go into your hallway, which is like a little house at the bottom of your screen.
Well, I'm not seeing it now, but okay.
Okay.
Maybe depending on the device, you can maybe get a different view. Oh. Well, Yomalet is a male, even though it's not your birthday. Well, Yomalet is a male, even though it's not your birthday. No, sorry.
He took off. Yeah, I don't know if you looked at your phone, but he took off about 10 minutes ago. I can go ahead and close the room if you need to go do something.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. It was really nice talking with you. But if you want to approach another subject, we can go ahead and get in there. No, I'm quite bored right now.
Briefly, yeah, like you said, you know, hand me your address or whatever, or your in
Cappuccino.
Oh, you stupid ass!
I didn't people thought that was my burner. Oh, we just got
It is. That's because you make voices and stuff. You know. They imagine they desired goat, and that's what they thought of.
Absolutely not. How do you explain otherwise well-adjusted people, and I'm going to name names, ML, CEO, King Nani, that spend 6 hours in chillism every day? How do you explain that?
CEO was recruiting the other day. He said we should join it. It's very intellectual conversation.
Oh. This act is amazing. I tell you, every time and then something happens, and then there's a crash, or
Matt Cool say, how do you explain Monica?
how do you explain Monica?
How do you explain John Kitover?
How do you explain? He was
I think
free.
it's running.
His meeting with a lawyer today.
It's not AC Prim no more. AC Prim is out the door. No attorney work products here.
It was insane.
Wait, where is he? How do you explain Matt Goliath?
Oh my God, steroids. Oh man, I mean, at this point, at one point I used to you would tell people, at this point, this app is impossible to jump in. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah, the people who left with their real names, it's like they can't come back now.
Mm-mm.
Like I saw somebody in here today with her real name that she's been the whole time, but she took a break, and I want to be like, you can't be in here no more with your real name.
Mm-mm. It's totally masquerade at this point.
Yeah, how do you explain Rambo?
I don't know.
Remember the time when y'all were talking about the house in Mississippi and the house in California, and he was asked for his analysis?
Yes, I do. And that happened 2 weeks ago. I remember I was driving, and we was talking about Roth IRA, and he came in. I remember very well.
Just close to the new beach.
How do you explain Robinson's
But
solution?
it was mostly like gay guys that would come and hang out, have so much fun. Like there'd be a lot of free willies all over the place.
That's right. If we're gonna free the nipple, we better free the willy.
I saw a lady freeing the tampon string.
Ooh.
Yeah. In France.
Come on. Medical tent. Medical tent.
It wasn't
Oh,
a
yeah,
nude beach. It wasn't like a nude beach. Like I was wearing trunks and everyone I was with was wearing clothes, like whatever, just normal stuff.
Listen, when the pad is full, you gotta pull.
Yeah, there's like 6% of the people out there have like no tops on if they're women and whatever. It was like pretty mellow, but one
Yeah,
lady,
that's the fun of the beach. Like, it's the edge of law. What are you gonna do?
one lady had a string, dude.
What's wrong?
It was funny because she was wearing she was changing because she was wearing a bikini bottom, but then she had her.
I also have one of those Muslim bathing suits that make me look like a seal.
The burkinis?
You mean like a bikini or a surfer suit?
It's like a burkini, but it's real. I don't know. It does look more like almost like a scuba suit or something.
Yeah,
Suits are good for like sun protection, but like they're still too like form fitting. You know, I like pieces I can get in and out of. They have like, swim shirts that have UV resistance that aren't like skin tight like I'm a superhero.
Bro, I love wetsuits. I would wear wetsuits all day.
Nah, maybe for me. I'd rather not. Rather have something that feels like a shirt.
What more is that exist on?
Keeps you pretty warm though when you're in there, you know.
Sure, I get that. But like, to me, like the hot and cold variants is like part of the itch. Like I want to be so hot that I want to go cool off.
How is that man on the same app
Now the other thing we're crediting for is like
as
shelter. You know, if you can
The main
make
one
shade for yourself at the beach.
Honey Shakur? Why are Steve Crone and Honey Shakur on the same app? Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you, MG. Why is the CEO of T-Mobile on an app arguing with a woman who calls herself Kalisha, who says she'll piss on you? What's going on? Oh God.
Dan, explain Isaac Hayes' son arguing with people.
Why is Isaac Hayes' son
About his fun company.
on the app, starting his own competitor app to compete not only with this app, but another app by a Nigerian who was with a Somali, even though it was what? Next not like what are we doing? Y'all remember all the storylines?
Certainly do. That's why I love this app. This dirty, clean.
I think we are insane. I'm realizing now.
Yes, we are.
For sure.
How do you explain a 500 pound bench pressing nigga who's Jewish
Not too much.
and calls himself Spinoza back channeling with another nigga about Hamlet? Nigga been back channeling about Hamlet. You grown ass niggas.
That's fucked up.
That was
This nigga
insane.
was like, oh, I remember Polonius' quote.
Hey, don't put our bodies together.
I can read Spinoza and Plato. I said, what the fuck is going on? Oh, God. Oh, my God. I'm done. This app has spent me. Oh, I need another piece of fish. Is this fish self-cleaning?
Well, does it
The
have a
same,
pussy or a pussy?
the same that
Exactly.
the same app that they brought musicals with
Yes.
talented artists and graphics.
Yes.
There was a Fela Kuti musical. There was a Princess and the Frog.
Lion King. Aladdin. I like the Aladdin one. I ain't gonna lie.
The same app was someone who dated a black woman who's now a Zionist, won an Image Award, and the same app with Ava DuVernay.
I mean, to Ben's point yesterday, the same app where you are able to re-meet someone who you saw on a stage play when you were but a boy. It's crazy.
So I just want to say that was nasty that you said you were but a boy maybe 10 times. Wait, here's one. Oh, go ahead. No, you got it. Go ahead. The same app that a rising actor
movie was in the theater.
Like,
Yes.
Was this before or after the Moan Room?
Oh my God. How do you explain that in the midst of a pandemic, in the midst of Omicron, I had multiple fake children who had temperatures at 104, the maggots, all the family values. The only one that wasn't there, God bless him, was Mr. Edward. All in the Moan Room. This app is insane. How do you explain on the app, Joe Budden signs a $20 million deal so forth. He got rooms with 8 people in there. Public room. What's going on? Nah, man, it's absolutely wild.
Explain King Los, the vegan rapper, telling everybody that the transatlantic slave trade was fake.
Who said that?
King Los.
Oh God, I forgot he was on here.
Yep.
Don't forget the guy.
You can't prove it wasn't no shit.
Don't forget the guy who ran a room every day in a club called African Journal, who talked about his Pan-Africanism and building with Africans, and 2 years later, he was anti-immigrant, voting for Donald Trump.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God.
Oh my.
How do you explain an app where a man in the fit of anger labels the charge that the other person that they're arguing with is a pedophile and has documents and files on it? And we asked, well, and they've known this for a while. They can't get to the documents and the files. And then we asked them, well, why would you talk to someone that you've known this for so long? And he says, because I'm dealing with the argument.
Call me a child rapist. He said, why are you still talking to me? He said, because I'm dealing with the argument. I remember that. That was amazing.
How do you explain
Hey,
that?
remember Amber Rose band?
Yeah. She went from here to the RNC.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
She blew up. Explain Dr. Julio.
That's what I'm saying. How do you explain him and Amber Rose's relationship on Clubhouse?
Oh, I think they became friends and they went to
Yes.
the house together.
Yes.
Did
They
go to
both
the White House
turned.
together?
They both turned MAGA on Clubhouse.
God damn. Some people definitely made a little bit of money, and I gotta give them credit. I give it to them.
How do you explain a woman with highest doctorate that you can get from a Church One institution with a family member who everybody probably knows from his stage plays, screaming and hollering at people on the app about big dicks?
What? How do you explain that?
Not the big dick deviants.
How do you explain dick balls and
Tom's asleep on that.
That's a good
That's
one.
great.
Oh, this app, boy. Boy, oh boy. What a blessing. True laughs, man. Nobody can say that the laughs are like, ha-ha. We got true belly laughs. I don't think we learn much, to be fair. I don't think anybody really learned much. Except for when your mom and them used to actually do spaces where people could read books and stuff. So bracket that. But we had good laughs. Good laughs.
I disagree, man. Y'all give me a lot of books from y'all's talk, so some of us, we got some out.
That's true. That's true. Oh boy, I got some too. I wasn't the only one, but definitely got some. Hey, your mom, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you see the interview with Robert Carroll on C-SPAN that came out last week?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's time to let the ghost. I know he's living to finish this book. The book, he says he's typed up about 950 pages. I was to say something which I don't, which is very controversial, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think Robert Carroll is incredibly overrated. I know I'm not allowed to say that, but done speaking.
Is this his new book on Johnson?
Yeah, it's the last one on Johnson.
Oh. But he's
hyped up.
90.
Huh?
Ain't he like 90, 100?
Yes. Right
He
now,
looked older.
he is. Right now, he is 90. He was born in 1935. He'll be 91. It's got one book left. The last one that came out in 2012. Like, it's over. Just let it go.
Let somebody publish it posthumously and clean it up.
Yeah. He was like, oh, I typed up, and you know it's going to be a long time because his editor died. But I watched the interview, and it's just like, you know, I'm still upset about the Barney Frank interview. You know, he died like, where's the key? We're talking about that. First lady, are you there? First lady, remember when me and Hakeem were upset about that guy interviewing Barney Frank? He was like dying. Remember that interview?
Yeah, he was on life support cancer.
Yeah, he was in the hospital. He died.
Oh, he did?
Yes, he died. Like,
Yeah, I
he
remember
died
you.
2 weeks later.
I remember you crashed out about that
how
when you
she
was
got
mad.
Why did you crash out? I wasn't.
Oh, instead of doing, well, I don't know if you have to audio.
Jake Tapper was on the interview.
Yeah, they put the camera in there. Did you see it?
No, I ain't see it.
Oh, Jake Tapper's ashamed of himself. He looked like he died, went to heaven, came back because he forgot his keys, and then it's going back to heaven. Oh yeah, Kima, he died. He died.
Yeah, I knew he died.
Ago. He died. Hold on, Barney Frank. So we listened to it. Barney Frank died. 18th.
Yeah.
I was like, why is Jake Tapper doing? His face was sunken in. The spit was coming out. You could tell his brain was in the. Me and Kim were like, what are they doing? He died.
We shouldn't be laughing at this, so I would prefer to not continue.
Yeah, I apologize. I made it noise. I'm sorry.
I don't want to laugh.
That's fair.
But
yeah, I apologize. That's fair.
But
yeah, he died for
he was on that morphine, your mama. You know, he's in pain. And at first, like he was propped up, and then I guess the medicine started kicking in, and it wasn't good. Perhaps maybe if they wouldn't have turned the camera on, and just spoke with that in an audio, it wouldn't have been so horrific. But to see it was painful. If that makes sense. We've had some interesting conversations on this, and I appreciate that. It's very addictive, although I'm not addicted. I can be gone.
Me too. I can quit anytime I want.
But I do.
All things and that.
I've been.
I know, like, okay,
literally every addict.
Sorry. I just watched the first 5 minutes of it. Okay. Tapper is a failed journalist.
Thank you.
Who looks for every opportunity to go after the left. The only reason he's interviewing Barney Frank in this interview is because Barney Frank is hitting on the left, knowing how progressive his record was when he was a member of Congress. It's insane.
Disgusting. I was saying that too. There was no reason for him. Thank you. So you hadn't seen it.
No, I hadn't seen it. I don't watch
You
it.
should listen to it. Maybe you don't want to watch it. It is
No,
so
I saw.
disturbing.
Yeah, I saw how dark his face was, how sunken it was. He couldn't open his eyes. I saw it. Yeah, it's crazy.
What's going on with him?
That book, that's why when they came out, him and Al Thompson, when they came out that book, they are hung for them.
Even more reason not to name Hussein. Anyway, so Barack, everybody remembers how Barack Obama did that thing about Donald Trump, the joke about you'll never be. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna just find it and play it for y'all. Hold on.
It's on. You mean at the White House Correspondents' Center?
Yeah. Y'all know the joke, right? at the White House Correspondents' Center, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What many people don't know.
You exercise today? Did you go outside? Did you talk to anyone?
This was Obama.
Did you limit your
This is
scrolling
to your
time?
point. Hold on.
Did you make any plans? Did you drink enough water? Finally, a water recently.
Hold on. What people probably don't know. Let me see if I can find it.
Have you exercised today? Did you go outside? Did you talk to anyone? Did you eat well? Did you limit your scrolling time? Did you make any plans? Did you drink enough water? Did you get enough sleep? Have you exercised today? Did you go?
Start with me.
Incredibly fast changing.
Is it
On television.
Let me see if I can find it. One second. I'm gonna find it. Not that y'all forgot about this one. Hold on. Well, if I can't find it, I'm gonna explain it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now remember what your mama just said. This is Obama's.
Sorry. Key staff are now starting to leave the White House. Even reporters have left me. Savannah Guthrie left the White House press corps to host the Today Show. Norah O'Donnell left the briefing room to host CBS This Morning. Kitover left journalism to join CNN.
Everybody hear that? So y'all forgot about that.
Yeah.
Y'all heard that? Let's just do it again.
Is that his
See
origin
Jack
story?
Taper's face. He is pissed.
Kitover left journalism to join CNN.
And they laughing. He is pissed. You can see it in his face. He's doing that fake smile, and then he goes and takes a drink. You know how you get embarrassed at a cocktail party or dinner party, and the way you can hold that in when you're smarting is to take a drink of wine? That's exactly what he did. I'm telling y'all.
Wait, is that
Jake Tapper has added out for Democrats for some time. It's pushed him over the edge. I'm telling you.
was that his origin story?
Now, he was already sort of being anti-Democrat. He knew where the money was. But that's where I think he really went.
At that moment, even before he joined CNN. So the fact that he would call it out is why it's funny, but it has some truth into it. But I do think that's the case. If you guys just listen, if he did that, I saw the Barney Frank now, but the fact that he did that, and the sort of question was around what the left is doing and how badly the left is flailing. It's insane. And he didn't have to put Barney Frank on the camera. They could have just said.
But Israel, because Israel gets a lot of their weapons from the U.S., also a lot of people donate to Israel, they have become spoiled in terms of their military doctrine. They are willing to waste money and waste resources on tactical victories that do not bring them closer to their strategic objectives. For example, when it comes to their fighter jets, when you take a fighter jet out, you have a whole crew of people that get it ready to make sure it's ready. The pilot, and then when you bring it back in, that whole plane has to be checked, paint, everything, the avionics. It's thousands, and the fuel. It's thousands of dollars to do a run. They, during Nasrallah's funeral, did 2 low-flying passes over the crowd to intimidate the crowd. They were like, I don't know, a couple of thousand feet above them. Very low during the funeral. There was no, military reason for this, or objective. No military objective at all. And it cost them thousands of dollars. So they're willing to do this. They're willing to do this because their doctrine is, intimidation, and
Taunting people.
Yeah, because they're getting, you know, the jets. They're getting they're getting so much help from other, and not just the U.S. but other countries as well. They get so much help that they don't have to worry about the money for these kinds of antics.
So they're just spending indiscriminately then.
But yes, exactly. And so when you say a mere tit for tat, that sounds good, but when it comes to war, that's a great way to lose because that's not how you should be fighting a war. You should be fighting a war the way Iran fights a war, which is don't react to the other side. You control the other side. They take out, your people. It doesn't mean you take out theirs. No.
That's not controlling.
Wait,
It
Amir,
is
I just.
controlling. It's like the classic definition of escalation control for military doctrine. It's the reason why Iran came out on top. It's the only reason. And for example, so they didn't go after assassinate people in Israel. However, when Israel went, threw missiles or dropped bombs close to the Bashar, was it Bashar? I forgot what it's called, the nuclear power plant in Iran. I think it's Bashar. Iran immediately dropped two missiles right next to the Israeli nuclear plant. So that's an example of what you would call tit for tat, because that would, if Israel went further, then Iran would have went further and hit the nuclear power plant itself. But in this case here, there was an objective behind that tit for tat. It was to stop Israel from thinking that they can hit our nuclear power plant without consequences. If they do it, we also have the capability of hitting theirs, and we are going to show them that we have the capability. And Israel did not hit their nuclear power plant.
Wait, I did read that it's true, you guys.
What is true?
The hit.
What?
Something about the Iranian.
Iranians putting $80 million.
Bounty.
Yeah.
I don't think there's credibility behind that. Iran is.
It sounds like nonsense, but it was more like that they would approve it, something like that.
Oh, maybe. I mean, Iran has the upper hand right now in the U.S. when it comes to the political spectrum here in the U.S.
They wouldn't need to do that.
They wouldn't need to. But they have us in an escalation trap.
Go outside and talk to anyone? Did you eat well? Did you limit your scrolling time? Did you make any plans? Did you drink enough water?
All right. Let's see. I mean, I don't agree with.
He's married to that young lady.
In America, relationship. She's Latina.
Yeah, so, and she's, what was that?
Do you know if they have a basement?
Oh, well, if they did, it can hold megatons.
It's like a perfectly well-marketed research girlfriend.
Yes, she's cute, slim. They look good together in the picture I saw of them together.
I agree.
So.
See, this is the difference between Tim Scott's, though. Tim Scott's looks weird. It don't look right.
But it was the pause before you said weird that made that. Somebody shouldn't use them funny.
All right, so somebody tweeted, amid swirling allegations of homosexuality, James Tallarico's campaign has finally revealed the identity of his girlfriend, who is a vegan and dancer at a local gay bar. How many men out there with their girlfriends at a gay bar? Something's not adding up. Well, whoever tweeted this doesn't know that. That's actually one of the defeaters. If you're
she was on
we are
his
sick of.
staff. I thought she was on his staff. What's going on?
Didn't say he met her there, just says he works there.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh yeah, why would they say it? She might be on the staff now.
Yeah, they're trying to imply that they met at the gay bar.
What's wrong with meeting a lady at the gay bar? I don't even
Yeah,
understand.
I know some straight guys that like the attention at the gay bars.
I mean,
Well, Tim Scott wife, she kind of looked trans to me. No offense. I mean, I don't know, but her face kind of it looks like man. Hello? What's going on?
I heard that she's like Texas royalty. Like she's like the descendant of one of the guys that signed the Declaration of Independence for Texas.
What you were talking about Tallarico. Sorry,
Tallarico.
I was mixing women. Sorry.
Yeah, Tallarico's girlfriend. She's like the descendant of one of the folks that signed the Declaration of Independence for Texas.
Yeah, that's what Britt was saying that she was Texas royalty.
I didn't know they had a declaration.
Yes, we had a constitution before we were annexed into the United States of America. So yes, we have such foundational document.
Constitution or a Declaration of Independence?
Really and truly, we have a Texas Constitution, and then we follow the U.S. Constitution.
Yeah, Tim Scott.
Go ahead.
This guy's asking me for money like every 30 seconds. You getting this too? He comes up every minute feed asking me for money.
Texas has declarations. I just Googled it because I had never heard of it. Yep, 1836. Fascinating.
so was it Sam Houston? No, who was the guy?
What are you talking about? Sam Houston?
Yeah.
Is he 1 year old?
Yeah.
No, that was like George Bush.
I mean, the founder, Sam Houston, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he signed it. Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't the president.
What's his name? Yeah, I saw Tim Scott the other day. I think one of his stepkids graduated, and he called it his kids. People were very confused. But he has 3 stepkids now. She had 3 kids, and so he's got 3 stepkids.
So it's okay for him to call them stepkids, but not for mama.
Correct.
Exactly.
And Tim Scott's been married how long to this woman?
I think 3 years now. Well, when was the election?
2014.
He got married in 2014. Yeah.
Wait, we meant to say 2024.
2024, yeah, that's
Not
2024.
Yeah, it'll be, it's almost 2 years.
Wasn't he married before then, though? Wasn't he married during the primary?
They were just dating.
Engaged.
They got engaged on Kiowa Island, which I love. It says here in 2024, January.
And to your point, Kamala was already married 10 years, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so, at least 10 years.
Now Tim Scott's the longest serving black senator in the history of America.
Oh, shit.
I heard that he made calls on behalf of Clyburn's district. That's what I heard.
I believe it. I think lots of things might have been burned down at that district. So if they were at that district gone down. When that didn't pass, that didn't surprise me. There's lots of buried bodies, and they're not all because of Mr. Murdoch. He just got out of jail, although he'll be going back.
That's crazy. That was crazy.
I haven't watched the documentary. Have you seen it, Mom?
Many of them.
Oh, that's right. This is genre. I forgot. That's right.
I met the assistant DA like maybe last year. I don't know where I was, but he was there talking about the investigation. I feel bad for him. He was very pumped up about it. And the mistake, I was not his for sure. That's crazy. But he still will be in jail for a very long time. Like, he'll still be in jail for a very long time.
Well, are they going to retrial that one?
I don't know. I mean, the state put a lot of money in this. know, like it wasn't like the way I understand from the talk, it wasn't a straight. It was a very circumstantial case. So unless they come up with new evidence, I don't know if they will put that kind of money into it. But maybe the assistant just it wasn't assistant district attorney, the assistant the deputy AG. That's who it was. He's a
The fraud and so forth. Circumstantial evidence is not less dispositive than direct evidence.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it was like a very hard case for them to try. As I understand it, it was a very hard case to try with a lot of circumstantial evidence. I don't know if they want to spend that amount of money to retry him when he's already going to be in jail for a lot of time. That's all I'm saying.
Did you catch what the technicality was that had the case thrown?
Yeah, the clerk that was overseeing the engagement between the judge and the jury. She basically gave too much information to the jury.
To the jury.
Yeah, but it wasn't anything that it's not like they found any other information. Like the AG's office was involved or anybody else was involved. It's like basically it's one woman or one person rather that was involved.
Too much information to the jury?
Yeah, essentially trying to tip them to vote for conviction.
Wow. That person is upset. I wonder if they lost their career. All the money that goes into a prosecution like that? Was overthrown at the state level?
Yeah, the state level. Yeah. I mean, technically, I feel like she's tampering with the jury, so technically they could not only she probably lost her job, but there's a chance that they could file charges against her or give her some kind of fine or something. I mean that's a crime, I think, to tamper with the jury.
Alex just sued her.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I heard, Sherry. Thank you. And it looks like someone said she was convicted. Oh, that's crazy.
Was I unmuted just now? I think I was muted. Big Israel Day parade today, the biggest Israel event outside of Israel in New York City. Of course, Mayor Mamdani, first mayor in New York City known history, to not attend the Israel Day parade. Jessica Tisch, the commissioner of police march proudly, in her words.
I just want everybody to know how much I've evolved. I will not be responding to that on behalf of a New Yorker. Thank you very much.
I guess you didn't go.
I'm proud
I
of you,
would
Spirit.
never go. I'd go to maybe protest the right-wing assholes who are actually marching in there, but then that would be a response.
RJ Baxter, Audrey.
I admit it was a response, so I'll shut up.
It's not partisan. It's not partisan. There's left, right, everybody in between. Nothing partisan. Last time I saw Eric Nadler there, hardly a right winger.
Not they left TT for dead in here.
So when's the next game?
Just came back, so. And that's even worse. You came back and now you're here by yourself.
Hey Arthur, you're here, right? Arthur?
Where's Divine?
Yeah, where's
In the
Divine?
goo.
It's on Wednesday.
No, yeah, but when is the first game at MSG? So I can just, make sure to prep for that.
Wednesday, isn't it? Isn't it at the first game? No, it's the first game.
That's what Divine said in the chat. It's Wednesday, and as your mama said, the first game will be in San Antonio.
Oh shit. Oh, so.
Yeah, you won't have to worry until I think game 3 for anything to be played in New York.
Yeah, let's hope that it's so bad. Let's hope it's so bad, games 1 and 2, that you don't have to worry about it.
I'll have to see when the first game in New York, because I'm actually going to be in DC. So.
I just have to say, before Spirit is can say it, I just have to say Knicks at 4.
Spiritus, are you meeting with Hurricane?
No, I will be seeing my niece graduate high school.
Oh.
You could do both. Bring Hurricane.
I have a good relationship with my niece, and I want to send her off to college well.
Why is there so many mods in the chat but won't be on stage? You need to bring them up. Bring Neoliberal up. He could be on stage tweet or whatever he's doing.
I saw that before Neoliberal. That's wild.
Yeah, that's a wild anti-American article. I guess I'll read an excerpt from Reuters. U.S. military personnel are being targeted using location data, Pentagon letter shows. There's some color quotes here. Commercial location data can be used to identify U.S. troops congregate and their patterns of life, which can be exploited by adversaries to target attacks such as missiles, drones, and roadside bombs, as well as for counterintelligence purposes. The letter warns this is from Senator Biden. It was time to start treating the ed-tech industry as a national security threat. And some example, journalists, and this is alleged that Iran has done this. Journalists at Wired and 2 German news outlets drew billions of coordinates collected by data broker to expose granular comings and goings of people stationed at and around 11 U.S. military and intelligence gathers of located suggests labs based on where people run. And there was, like in the middle of nowhere, a soldier running on a base, and there's nothing else there in Google Maps that like red dotted line that person is like exercising a few times a week. It was insane.
Well, this is a small example of the way social media is undermining our lives. And we should, the attention grabbing aspect of the social media. But I guess, logging into Strava and showing people where you've run, drawing contacts where you've run is part of that. But it should be the next big issue, I think, to address the dangers of social media in a meaningful way.
It's really dangerous. I think you should leave it. I think you should leave right now. It's very dangerous.
Oh, I have nothing to hide. I'm not a service person or anything.
Damn, it didn't work.
Not a good try.
Good attempt, though. Very good attempt. I'll give it 9 out of 10 for that one.
Even smile. Wasn't even funny, really.
Yeah, the social media, we're on the social media apps, but the article goes kind of further than that. It's not just social media apps. It's
Google.
Yeah, it's Google.
And Amazon.
Google, Amazon, but it's also usually although Apple apps also sometimes, but more frequently Android apps that are built with certain software development kits that embed location tracking and then sell it to a broker. That can, it's all made for advertising purposes. Right? If Iranians either buy their data or even try to basically create ads that are targeting American English-speaking people in the Middle East, right? That there you can't just ad buying and targeted ad buying. You can collate some pattern of life, and yeah, you can get to.
What's up, Neil? The big five moving into Flores.
Missed what, sorry?
Nani dentro Cyclos Colares.
Ah.
Example, I came across an individual in here, right? Went from being a drug dealer, all of that, right? Took that information and decided to become a baker, right? He took the street smarts and just applied it in a different way, right? Learned a little bit of chemistry, right?
Drawings on rocks and in the Gulf of Aqaba, which is in the Red Sea, closely connecting Egypt and the Sinai Peninsula, is where they have found petrified animal bone remains and a gold covering that is in the shape of a force boat. Anything else that you want to we wouldn't be able to affirm anything going that far back. So
I would contend with that because there's plenty of things that we definitely have been able to affirm within like ancient Greek history, and like I said, I mean, absence of evidence is evidence of absence, but of course, what we would expect to find, like there was a massive civilization, we would expect to find some remains, is what I think. So, like, when you have these people who were in the desert for 40 years and they were carrying pots and, pottery in their clay jars, Except
2
during
million
the
people.
hundreds of thousands of people.
Okay, well, I guess it would have been somewhere in the range of several hundred thousands to maybe between 1 to 2 million. Whatever the case is, I mean, if you're talking about physical artifacts, there have been things that have been found, but again, I'm not sure exactly this is a worthwhile avenue of inquiry to pursue. The reason why I say that is because if they did find something, it would only follow to question whether those artifacts belong to the ancient Jews wandering the desert for years or to someone else, because it's been that long time. But by the same token, anything that was left for that long period of time, it would have been scavenged, destroyed. Unless if you're talking iron objects, bronze objects, highly corroded by now, and so I mean, maybe skeletal remains, but again, anything that is produced, you would have the rational grounds to question: did it really come from there? And then if it doesn't meet your standard of criteria for establishing that those artifacts belong to the Jews, then you would just rationally say, rightfully so, that you don't have proof that it belongs to them. So, for me though, I think it's more than fair to say that if someone has produced physical evidence suggesting that the Exodus never happened to any capacity,
Hello?
is what I would take as, yeah.
Have you seen the hieroglyphics?
A few moments ago, you said we know.
Have you seen the hieroglyphics of the Egyptians and their chariots buried underneath the water on the insides of the pyramid?
We know.
Hello?
That it's actually open to
Oh my god, what did I do?
What did you do? Mahdi here is a racist, bigot, anti-Semitic scumbag,
racist extraterrestrial.
a piece of trash.
Yeah, I know. I'm just scum. I know scum. Pure utter scum. Anyway, so regarding 2 points you mentioned we know earlier that the archaeology confirms the Bible. Now you seem to backtrack, which is a good. There's also things in the past cannot be confirmed, and what can be found is open to debate. And I'm glad you noticed that. The second issue is that when you talked about the chromosome fusion, I think you missed the point. This idea.
Or someone's not good enough.
I mean, it means that kind of.
Like, it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. It means what the word means, right? It's in the middle.
Yeah, I've been on this app for so long now. I need to go look at Americans like. But sometimes, like, when the Italian Americans speak, it's for me. I don't understand, or the New Yorkers. Oh, you okay? You have the same struggle.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yes, exactly. I don't understand that. Yes.
That's nice, like hey, yo, forget about it. All that mafia, Sopranos.
Yeah, exactly. Sopranos.
Yeah, very Sopranos. What makes Sopranos so good is how authentic it is.
Yes. It's very good.
Well,
But I like Champions better.
But the talking dialogue is so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very similar. Boston, New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia.
Yeah, because there are a lot of Italians over there.
A lot of everything, really. Like every 5 miles you have a different community of immigrants. There's a little Italy, there's a little everything. But yeah, definitely.
Irish.
You try it, right?
I went to John Kitover.
Yes. Very much.
I always have this story about Chicago when I just entered there. So I was there for a conference, so me and my colleagues were going to work. And we had to take the subway and from the airport. So I remember like every stop of the subway was previously John Kitover's clubhouse. I was so nervous of what if he sleeps on the same morning, I forgot what's the name, because we had to change the subway. And I get off the subway and I look to my left and I see this bald man, 6'3" or something, talking to his phone. Wow, that's him. And I looked at him, he looked at me. And I just turned around. I was like, girls, let's go.
You're all these clubhouse people, John. You know, I'm not bring John up here.
He says it. For me, it was like the biggest shock. It's the first thing I saw. And I was like, okay.
John,
I'm not gonna tell him I'm in Chicago.
John or Kate, your average New Yorker. You would even notice John.
Yeah.
Crazy New Yorker.
Back in the days, I didn't really know him, so I knew him as a crazy. But then after that trip, we started talking more. You know, he's still crazy, but yeah, I wouldn't be so scared, but I wasn't really scared of him. True. But come on, he's crazy in real life too. Like, no. He said his whole part is that he was
So my dad was kind of the same way. No, he said that. My dad thought I should say that. I know my difference is if I get on the show, okay. My dad like round to the nearest like.
Since she did international, I think maybe 10.
One.
Oh, okay. Well, would you rather have him around or not?
Sorry, just doing slow. I was trying to get my last stop a little lifted here.
Okay, yeah, you do it.
No, I walked out. I just didn't realize that I had the thing in my pocket. I realized the mic was on. I heard the thing bang. I'm trying to be quiet. No, I mean, it'd be cool if you'd been to one. And that's one more than my mother's been to. So there's that. When I've probably done close to 1,000 shows. With that perspective. No, most of them. No way. I mean, I'm wearing a t-shirt right now that says battle rapper, like a lot of the shows, rap battle and stuff like that. No, it's no place for your parents to go. But I've performed with all kinds of very cool events. They not big move about 15 years ago, so they missed everything the last 15 years on the outside of the country. But there's probably been way less than half of the shows I've done in the last 15 years. The most shows I did in my life was probably from 2000 to 2008, and they moved probably around 2012ish. Yeah, I think they did move in 2012. But even then, I moved like 35 minutes from where they were, and I was doing 100 shows a year. But yeah, most of them have been doing quite a bit. Like I did quite a bit. Yeah, like, what are we gonna do at your rap show? Not sure. But I'll tell you what, if we send it later. Definitely go. Sorry, yeah, I'll say that too much stuff. It's unrelated. Try to work hard, Elliot. I just try to work hard. You know what I mean? Well, for me, it's 7 o'clock on Sunday, and I'm shutting down the gym. You know what I mean? Just getting that little extra caffeine. Every time I walk by that mirror, I go, man, I don't know if everybody else feels the same. I just walk by this mirror. Well, it's like, no, that's all. Guys, still like, pretty good. It's a lot of fat, out of shape people. I'm just gonna say that, especially in America.
I think generally it's on the rise though. It is a problem. But I'm torn on how to solve it. Part of it is personal responsibility, accountability, and personal care, and part of it is also the wider environment.
That's right. Yep.
Quite often it's happens to be different. It might be in the future that people's body shapes do naturally change. But a lot of people probably started off lighter than they actually are, but over time they become less active for different reasons.
I'll become more sedentary on what I need to, so not I also lose weight. My mother's side has diabetes, so it's like they work this way. So I actually come back 2 years ago when my left knee is bad, and I just maintained as much as I could when I was in college. And so I become like far more sedentary than an active me.
Those are great reasons. It's just a weird fact that like having more body weight, like it just some balance on accountability, you're gonna have more problems. Like that alone should like but on the other hand, like I'm also saying that like it's a performance of like themselves on that, that's serious, they're fucking life, like it's their business.
Yeah, you're at that one. If you want to make on 600 pounds, that's now. When you start applying the services, you're going to have not me, but you're going to have other people to go, well, if you took care of yourself, you weren't big. I think that's also kind of a valid argument. Again, not one item personally big. I think if you get fat, and then you have diabetes, and you don't have enough money, well, in that case, we don't have enough money, so there should be some coverage for that.
Human beings make that we are living for kind of taking ourselves out of natural selection. There is just mechanism in artificial intelligence, for instance.
Maybe it was based on that movie.
No, I'm not that complicated. It's a movie about like I forget. I think it is a lot. It's for like towards the end of the quality gets like stuck on this planet. I mean, he's a robot and he gets sent back down to Earth because Earth is like down to whatever. Disasters. There's just piles of garbage everywhere. A lot of human safety. It's like falling down. Finding something there, there's like there's eating, but it's eating it's as each jobs without like language and lines like this. Yes, and her jobs, when she bites it, she grabs it, she puts it inside her fly, and she lets it sort of slip in terms of
I remember that. I saw it as a little kid. All it was in my mind. I was full of hell when I saw it. I was full of hell when much older. I was like so long. I was a preteen, I think, but like still like no. Well, to be more accurate, I should have said I was a preteen, not a small child. I was not 8 or 9. I was like 11 or 12. I gotta be nice to even Elliot, man. Ellie's young. I gotta be nice to all you youngins when you say dumb stuff. I gotta remember. 40 and under types, you know what I mean? Trust me, I'm fully capable of being as stupid as on the other side of that, like, oh yeah, yeah, experience. I am not telling they're wrong, but wisdom. That's right. But it's also true that language words in the different because నాకు కన్నడ వల్ల చాలా కన్నడ తెలుగు మిక్స్ అయిపోయింది. Roger Penrose, he's just gonna write fucking ridiculous ideas and nobody pushes back because he's just a really old guy. A lot of people respect him. He has a fucking Nobel Prize. Push back against them all the time. Just don't know it. Yeah, there's lots of old people like that where they need a little. Yeah, they do. On this app, you're just like, oh, Roger Penrose, like they heard about last week, so people are all excited. It's like, bro, the real circles, people like, yeah, you might be time for them to hang it up. I'm gonna fall off a cliff though. I can tell from me, definitely looking younger for my age, it's gonna catch up really fast. Like as the grays start to come in, it's just gonna be a wrap, you know. Because when you have all your hair, I think it keeps you looking artificially younger. You know what I'm saying? And so, but then it's eventually gonna all be white. You know what I'm saying? And once the hair goes white, there's no turning back. You know what I'm saying? I think I only got a couple of years.
And we used to fuck a lot. So I got a letter one day, and the letter was like, "Yo, we're gonna like tell you to leave the country." And so she was like, "Nah." She had an abortion. She aborted when she was. Yeah, she aborted the kid. So I was young at the time.
Alright, it's too much information for not all of this.
Yeah, we don't talk about this.
Bow wow. Bow wow.
Call another thing. Why these?
No, you're not understanding that. Before that, I had a big problem in life, and I didn't believe in Jesus. One time I said, if Jesus is the true Son of God, I believe in that. If it's not, I just ignore that. And after a couple of weeks, then I fuck you. What happened?
True Son of God. All of.
This is how I imagine Benny Adams' conversion to Christianity.
What happened? No, Benny Adam has a good reason.
Don't
Converse for utilitarian reasons. He's been to be honest.
don't.
Wait, so what's in the topic that we were talking?
Yeah, let's go back to talking. Damn man, concrete left, bro, because of you, Let me call him back.
Here.
Yeah, go ahead with the debate. So,
Open your heart.
yeah, thank you very much.
Open your heart.
Sit in the audience for 2 minutes. Okay, go ahead with the debate. Let me call back concrete.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, essentially, it's like, I heard somebody say that the academia refers to naturalism as a methodology. It's like, well, yeah, because, I mean, the only evidence we have is the natural world of, what we have for explanations. And so but we have no demonstration of the supernature. We've never had so the way science works, though, is that we, say demonstrate that there's a supernatural, and we'll include it.
You believe science demonstrates an ancient mythical fictional ancestor originating how? Could you tell me? Let me give you the 4 hypotheses and tell me whether these even merit actually a hypothesis in the first place or random mere speculation. Remembering that hypothesis is something, a part of a phenomenon that has some loose data to point to it. And so you build a hunch. So which of these tell me is scientific about the so-called ancient mythical fictional ancestor originating through blind forces of nature? So panspermia, this is so-called life being seeded from outer space. Is there any evidence of this? Or is this blind, wishful, so-called random thinking that I've actually met it with a hypothesis? Oh my God, I can't believe I actually get this notion of a hypothesis. Or is it so-called the origination of life from a clay wall? Is there any evidence to it? Or actually an icy wall? That's the third one. Or is it actually so-called the primordial soup? All of these are blind speculations. Absolute hocus pocus. Sorry, abracadabra. I apologize. That sounds too blatant. This is not science. It's pure charade. An absolute charade. Now, some people have faith, and they should go and take their faith into a church of so-called atheism. They shouldn't masquerade it in so-called in the name of science. Science is a brutal, cold, hard, and uncompromising subject that demands demonstration. But sorry, we've been funded by the Epstein Islanders, and they've done an entire sham on the scientific discipline when it comes to these subjects. Luckily, there's still some hardcore empiricists out there that tend to do actually proper scientific investigation.
Sorry, Matthew, you don't think this is like hyper skepticism?
No.
It doesn't allow for basically the grounding, the laying down of anything. Madhichan, it doesn't allow for the grounding of anything like Crimson Eye was saying, right? This, or maybe, I don't know,
I belong
was
to a
saying
school of science, which is to do with empiricism. If you come and say something and you can't demonstrate it, they will make you into a laughing stock. However, in the school of the theorists, everything flies. These guys should be philosophers. I don't know why they masquerade as scientists. They don't produce anything. Blind theorists, they're very cute. Some of the empiricists find them exceptionally cute and tell them, go and publish this stuff in the department of philosophy. That's where you have these cute ideas, speculations, abstractions, and so on. Very cute. Some of them may even in future be, somebody may even roll up their sleeves and actually demonstrate. Maybe someone want to show them the hundreds of speculations. That's not science. It's pure and utter dogma. Now, this happens to be one of those dogmatic subjects. But when you're talking about science, there is a method. And the summit of that method is called demonstration through reproducibility. Not so-called wishful reading. That's so-called explanation. You can explain the data in so many ways. You can even invoke pink spirits in the woods as explanations. You just don't call them pink spirits.
So far, evolution has been, hands down, I think, the best explanation for our priors, right?
Compared to what? Compared to what?
Compare to freaking ex nihilo. Compare to God creating man in clay with his hand. Yes.
Let's look at this. So, intelligence, that's all powerful, creating man, a walking, talking human being, versus blind environmental processes creating a walking, talking, conscious human being. Really? Sure, could you show me the explanation? Other than wishful reading.
And Mahdi, as much as I can appreciate, as much as scripture can be appreciated, right? For its metaphorical significance, right? For the creation of man. I mean, it's just.
Bro, no way! You found my
I
channel.
think ex nihilo is a very hard position to defend.
Sorry, my friend.
As a theist, for me, ex nihilo is a very, very hard position to defend. Something cannot come from nothing.
That's an atheist. I don't think theists believe something comes from nothing. That's a dark theist. I don't know what kind of theist that is.
I don't think the atheist.
I don't think a fraction of theists that operate on faith. That maybe that's
So,
operate on faith.
if I could ask you, didn't Allah say that simply that he was...
Okay, but is a siren? Let's just slow down.
Plan B, by the way, is an entire orchestra of display in the universe.
Yeah,
All
that's
of that
a completely different explanation. To me,
Yeah,
that is like a timelessness.
The word of God is power, is not nothing.
This is how you do it.
It's the word becoming flesh. It's very similar to
The
that.
atheist can't even explain what the counter God hypothesis is. They can't even explain what that is. At least with God, they atheists could tell you God is an intelligent, almighty being that has capability and power and will. That's the God hypothesis.
Right.
You tell me what's the counter position?
Okay, it's a siren. Let's just slow down and pull over right here. Nicely done.
Who's the universe itself?
Bro!
The universe itself.
Right, so therefore it can't be a scientific theory.
Science tries to track causal origins. It's not meaningful to actually explain them. The universe itself, you believe in a Big Bang. If you do believe the science actually points towards a Big Bang. Well, I don't know about how big of a bang. Nobody had this.
Yeah.
But the science does indicate that that's not in point. And that's by a law of causality. That's a law that we observe everywhere. It's not a fact. The law of causality is a law. It's pervasive
I'm
everywhere.
not gonna watch it.
And the universe itself has a cause. That
I'm
cause
not
by
gonna watch
definition
it.
is super
I'm not gonna
natural,
watch it.
physical. Because
I'm
the
not
physical,
gonna watch it.
physical world is the universe. And the natural world is the universe. That cause, whether you think it's God or not God, is supernatural by definition. It's metaphysical by definition.
Ultimately, isn't what the name is between, science and religion, or atheism, or belief in God. The ultimate claim is the beginning of the universe was a conscious effort, or it was a completely random happenstance. Now, scientists, as far as they can go back, as Mandy eloquently put it, was the Big Bang, the complete start of all matter. Now, their argument.
He doesn't believe in the Big Bang. In fact, he does not. He never granted it.
I mean, that's fine, but there is.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, no way! You found my... Bro!
But there's the one inarguable thing that both sides have in common. There must have been a beginning to all things and all matter.
Bro, no way! You found my channel. Most people just scroll past, but not you. And if you could like and subscribe, it would mean the world to me. Bro, no way! Okay, there is a siren. Let's just...
I'm not gonna watch it.
And said I've never set foot in the country. And said I've never.
Bro, no way! You found my channel. Most people just scroll past, but not you. And if you could like and subscribe, it would mean the world to me. Bro, no way! You found my channel. Walk right on the right side. Team West now. The Hangy Uppy. The Hangy Uppy.
Are you guys friends? Yeah. How'd you guys get into Strike a master chord.
Or anyone otherwise at the creation of this existence, whatever matter, reality, whatever you want to call it, isn't consciously based. The counter argument is It's unconscious. It's random.
Is explanative of whether God is the best explanation for the beginning of the universe, or whether it's something that's dependent on God.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Is that beginning conscious or unconscious?
That thing before, and then is there any evidence to that thing? So what is that thing? Could you explain to me what that thing is? Because I tell you, a theist can tell you God in a number of ways. Is it
Well, I
intelligence?
understand
Is
they
it will
can
for
say
entity?
that. I understand they can claim that they have an explanation, but that they don't. That's not the same thing as demonstrating it.
Do you believe you have demonstrated the counter God position? Do you believe you could even explain what it is?
I'm not the one claiming that we have an explanation for it. Theists
No.
are saying that they do.
I think that you're not a theist, you're an atheist, I take it, yes? Is that correct?
Yes, I don't accept theistic explanations.
Okay, and you accept the atheist explanation. Could you tell me what the counter God proposition is? First and foremost, and what evidence points to it?
Yeah.
Could you explain?
Why do I have to demonstrate that?
You don't have a true dichotomy.
That is the beginning of science. That is the
Brother,
core
you
of science.
to an actual
Hold on,
true
I
dichotomy.
need to ask.
God
Why
or
do
non-God?
I have to have proof to show?
You said it's not God. So
I said I don't see any evidence that God.
Do you see any evidence for the non-God hypothesis?
Okay, there is a siren.
Okay, and
It looks like love.
I'm saying that there is no explanation.
Yeah, but
I think you are claiming God.
Any explanation of the
I think you are claiming God. So, but the proof is on you. Okay, not on him, right? He's negating it.
Yeah, I'm 100%
He's saying that. He's saying I'm not
actually an
convinced.
integration of the dichotomy. It's not 50. This is not 49, 50.
So
it really isn't.
Money. I'm saying explanation.
Then don't claim you're an atheist. Just say you're agnostic.
No, but there's the beautiful part. Exactly. Narco, with all due respect, with the absence of proof or verifiable fact, or a way to conduct an experiment to confirm your findings, science falls short. And that's completely okay. That's the basis of science. And it's relevant, right? However, for example, we need to acknowledge that a lot of modern science, as we know it, are based off of leading theories rather than concrete.
Bro, no way.
Why does my hand not fall through my, we know everything's comprised of matter. We know, according to science, that the vast majority of material things are mostly empty space. Why doesn't my hand go through a wall when I touch it? The leading theory is there is a force binding those atoms together with electrons that prevent my hand from going through that wall. But there is no constant. We know what this is. So there are leading theories. And there is a very, I hate theists who say that science itself doesn't have any merit, because you must be blind. You must be stupid to say science doesn't have any merit. And in antithesis to that same claim, you have to be blind to say there's no merit in the belief that there is consciousness beyond physical being, which is really what all religions argue, that there is something outside of consciousness. I mean, there is something conscious outside of physical reality, right? So the claim is the beginning of the world, like really atheism is a religion in itself. You have to have faith that there's no God, because you can't disprove it.
Bro, no way. You found my channel.
It's faith. So if you don't have
It looks like love.
explicitly yourself,
It feels like love.
concur that it's
And I confess it.
a religion. You have a faith that there's no God.
And I don't need faith to say I don't know.
No, but that's fine. You can say I don't know, but you weren't saying that does God exist. If I asked you that question, does God exist? Do you believe God exists?
No.
He may or he may not. Then you're agnostic, and that's fine.
Okay, but I mean, I don't know, and I don't believe it. So therefore, I'm agnostic, and I'm also an atheist.
Atheist means there is no God. There is no way, and there is nothing you can present that will prove God's existence.
It is actually a positive thing. Just as theism, we actually have a burden of proof. When I say I'm an theist, I have a burden of proof. Remember, burden, yeah? We easily explain that.
Yes.
When somebody says an atheist, they have a burden of proof. If I said 1 plus 1 is 2, and you say it's not 2, you actually have to prove it's not 2. You can't just say, no, I just don't believe 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. You have to demonstrate
Be faith. Which would be faith. Which would be religion. True.
Yeah, so you're taking something that is axiomatic.
Bro,
no. Something.
It looks like love.
Dichotomy where it's like yes, but we can't, that we don't know.
It looks like love.
Like the better analogy is,
so
the better analogy is specifically is that you're saying that you're claiming that your God is guilty of being the person
It feels like love.
exists, and then I'm the person saying that I don't see your God guilty of doing that or even
What's the
existing.
guilt thing? This is an emotional thing. I don't know. Some emotions.
So the thing is that to me is that I'm on the side, I'm saying that I haven't seen you make your burden of proof.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, once we explore the dichotomy, actually,
We're kind of equal in that regard, wouldn't you say?
Well, you could do this dichotomy at any point. God, if He's the creator of the universe, then everything out in the universe should, if we had sufficient data, be able to allow us to draw this dichotomy. So whenever we got data to force the dichotomy into motion, the data should always point to one side, because one of these two counter positions is a fallacy, either God or not God. So whatever is responsible for the universe, even if you find 1% of the evidence, you should point towards that thing. By the moment you find 1%, 2%, 3%, and it points one direction, you get rest assured the remaining of the evidence they haven't yet found will always point to that direction, because that's the causal background. The other side is a fallacy. Now that's the nature of the dichotomy. You could start anywhere from a protein structure to DNA to the inanimate world, and actually force the dichotomy. The science can easily do this. The Epstein Islanders do not want this to happen, because they want to secularize the entire planet, produce individuals, drones out there that have no sense of anything. Literally, that we played around now with ideas and wordplay. But science can easily tackle this question, God or not God, easily. We have sufficient data out there to tackle this, and the answer is not pretty whatsoever for those who are atheists. So that's why
It looks like love. It feels like love. And I confess it.
It actually forces the dichotomy out the window. We just go do with demonstration. Hence your theory of evolution. It's all driven by words. The whole thing from the ancient mythical fictional ancestor.
I think the biggest like spear in the side of the claim that there is no God is the explanation for the creation of life in the first place. As far as science goes, if I ask any scientist, the most rational atheist scientist with all the information in the world, how did life on Earth begin before there was life? How did dead things, dead matter, dead atoms, who were no different from rocks, become what we currently call life? From plasma to human beings, how did dead things become material? And if that process is a one-off, how there is no examples other than that person? There is no way I'm just directly other than a conscious force. There is no way. If dead matter,
We're listening to an extremely stupid housewife named Steph, a Christian who believes everybody's going to hell unless the mechanism of cleanliness, aka Jesus Christ, saves them from eternal damnation.
The nuclear process within the suns or stars to create new atoms. That's not a one-off. There isn't just one star in the universe. There's multiple examples
like love. It feels like love.
And never again.
You know the irony of it. Not only can not dead matter or the natural forces produce life, they can't even produce a bloody single protein molecule, which is the foundation of all life form, the building blocks. You could do this. You could do this based on a test study, and you could do it in.
It looks like love.
Ви вважаєте, що це нормально?
Nature can produce a single protein molecule. That's just called the building block of life. This is not life, by the way. If we did produce a single protein molecule, it won't survive too long. Any of the following would degrade it very quickly. Background radiation degrade quickly. You won't have no problem with the soup. UV light will degrade it very quickly. We already know this stuff. Facts. These are facts of science. Excessive heat will degrade it. Exposure to water, and on it goes. That's all the single cell organism, which is compared to a protein molecule, it's like you're comparing a matchstick to a you know the simplest actual living cell that we know out there. You compare it to a building block.
I've fixed hundreds of bars in my career, and when it comes to mine, I don't take any chances. I chose SkyTab as my POS.
Building block of life.
Conditions that created these baser proteins for life. There are examples of them on modern Earth right now. In hydrothermic vents underneath the ocean, those very conditions that exist of life as far as science understands it. Beneath our oceans, in our mantle core, we have examples of dead things becoming living, but there is no such example. It only happened once, and only once.
Guys, I'm in downtown right now, checking out a couple properties.
How the dogma has crept into science. If somebody was a true scientist, they would actually look at design and non-design. There are 4 speculations for non-design. Called panspermia, some of series from outer space, wishful.
Sometimes.
Not one single shred of evidence to indicate this. Some people claim that there's some comets and meteorites that actually landed in the Earth, that there's so-called amino acid traces. Amino acid traces of life. Like you find them free from both right and left hand. Position. Saying that life came from outer space. No evidence whatsoever. They can't even call this no single evidence for this. Pure and utter speculation. Another so-called hypothesis. Just actually, it's not a hypothesis. It's another random speculation. One single shred of nowadays, I don't want to put in no work. All diverse, but I tell you what the bigger problem is. There's no other alternative hypothesis that we look at in terms of design. They're not allowed. I'm going to name you 4 design so-called speculations or hypotheses. Actually, there is evidence to them. They will never be investigated. When you look at something without critical thinking, when you don't look at the counter positions, that the whole theory of evolution is driven by dogma. Not an actual interrogative or, if you like, forensic examination. And there's only 2 propositions out there: design versus non-design. So-called this 20 scientists today are actually horrified by this. And they say, oh, this will work today. No one can only go on.
Chicago somewhere.
There has been whether to prove the existence of conscious order creation. And it has proven true multiple times. It does not make it publicly available. It almost seems like exactly the way you described it.
Hi, my name's Jay Leno. And this car, it
in order to disprove what has already been proven, or
any evidence, or maybe we're just not there. My vocabulary is narrowly concerned, so I can't really get my thought out properly, so I apologize.
No, it's all right, brother. It's just the essence and not allowing real science to progress. That's the sad thing. It's pure and utter dogma.
GMC, hello, Megatron, my emo friend who I love.
Did you? And you forgot to introduce yourself, the famous queen herself.
Yes, please.
Okay.
You know I'm still in love with you, Argus.
I'm in love with you.
Are we not friends anymore, Argus? Are we not friends anymore? I just wanted to interrupt a couple things. You see how science not agreeing with them.
I came to the claim that atheism in itself is a faith. You have to have faith. You do not have empirical evidence scientific process. So you must have faith. So to say I don't know what happened, but I have faith that had nothing to do with a conscious God. It must be that you have a religion. That's why it's a religion.
Again, faith, like, there's an importance of this faith in the verbal suffix of what faith means. Like, so for example, they can use synonymously with the term, where if I say that I'm a faithful husband, meaning that I have trust based upon my experience that I have with somebody. But when religious, there is a sort of transcendence that is something that you're expected to believe is there, in spite of the fact that there's no way for you to be able to verify it, despite even of evidence to the contrary, is what is like used in things like Christianity or in the Quran. There's the definition of faith is what it has, which is what distinguishes from the dictionary's definition of what the faith means.
No, faith implies lack of proof. Faith implies there is no way for me to prove this to you outright through the scientific process.
Yeah,
However,
that's the thing religious people have.
Of my own will.
That's what I can
believing in the Quran with proof. If I were to speak to God this moment, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came down, he talked to me directly. It's not faith. I don't have faith, I have parents.
You understand there's different senses of the term faith, right?
So the truth is, like that comparison of being a
Oh, now he's going to dispense the truth on us. Wow.
So the difference between if I said I have faith in my wife and a Muslim or Christian said they have faith in God or faith in Jesus, the difference is that one of them is going to vouch for us and the other person is going to remain hidden in somebody that we can't see.
No, but
that's an assumption that you can't demonstrate that.
We're getting into dialogue of different meanings of words. Like
actually, Ronnie, can I make one comment? Because I think first of all, it is definitely true that in many religious traditions, faith means a kind of trust and confidence in the same way that we mean it when we say I have faith in my partner, right? I trust, I have a confidence. So it's not true that that's not present in religious conversation. It's very, very present. Number two is, if you want to say that the dictionary has entry 1, entry 2, entry 3 on the word faith or faithful or faithfulness, I'm happy to go along with that. But you can't really reasonably, intelligently say it only means the one thing that you're suggesting that it means. Third, and I'll finish here,
the reciprocity you imply is part and parcel of the definition. You are making a conclusion, you are making an argument, but that's nowhere in the definition itself, not the one that you used anyway. Is that a necessary entail?
The main question is whether all
This one is
atheists operate on
girl
faith.
hot or acquires hot. Even though the words are the same.
So let me say that I believe it's based on facts.
Okay.
So
And now
my belief in the Quran is also based on faith. So what the emotion investment is also based on facts.
Yeah.
Now, there are some theists. Now, I'm just saying, you're right to some degree. About a third of theists operate on faith. They feel an inclination, emotional inclination, and they base their faith on it. And all religions, by the way, there are people who operate on faith. There are some theists who don't operate on faith. They actually operate on judgment. The question is whether there is anyone who
Beloved, there's no treasure for this girl. Perhaps we can help her.
You ask much, mister. I would require a very special treasure indeed.
This?
No, for you, mistress of the West. Yes.
Grant him passage to give it to her himself.
No, I forbid it.
We're both guilty of deceiving Beck. This will make amends.
Not like this. Not with you.
We command you to release me.
I can't lose you again.
Hold to truth, where we shall be judged.
Yeah.
What do you offer?
Why do you still put...
But that somehow, like, religion is based on evidence specifically, that's something that I definitely hear all the time, but it's something that I wish, religious people would, not go to using it anymore, because it is really, like, it just doesn't work on people like me who understand the distinction and the fallacy of it.
One quick pushback, sorry for taking the mic again. Necro, I don't know why atheists relate to science or mention science or logic. Atheism is not founded in anything scientific or logic. So if you could actually show us something that's scientific that actually points to atheism, or something that's logical that points to atheism, you'll have maybe a starter. But I don't know why he brought in science. Science is not the domain of atheism. It actually kills atheism. So
That's not true. That doesn't kill atheism.
it is true. Could you show us one thing
That's not true.
that points to
So,
atheism?
Bonnie, there's been no scientific demonstration of the possibility of a God existing.
Everybody, please rise in the presence of Honey Badger.
Yeah. So there's been no sort of experimental test that possibly indicative exclusively concords with the idea of a God existing, or the falsity of that.
Looks like love. It feels like love. And I confess it's got me rocking on my heels like love.
Deny and censor this investigation. How did this come around?
Yeah, Bonnie, you're a funny guy, but you gotta space it out. Like, when it's just once in a while, it's really funny. But when you, like, talk about it, it just becomes boring.
Obviously think there's no such thing as faith so far as religion goes.
I didn't say that. I did say that there is such a thing as faith, but that's called atheism.
No, as far as religion.
Okay. So what do I have faith in? And that's fine if you want to think that. What is it that I have faith in, though? I'm just curious. Because I do have faith in things. I just wonder what you think I have faith in.
Yeah, have faith, the faith, the faith.
Yeah,
gotta have faith.
Yeah, perfect.
Not one single evidence to point to this.
Well, what? No, you just said that atheism is faith. What's the faith I have? That God
Doesn't exist.
That's not faith. I think that's just evidence.
Could you give me one evidence, please?
Yeah, that unembodied mind as a cause for anything is like a non-starter.
Hello?
What is that?
Hello?
Is that unembodied mind is some sort of force that has conscious thoughts and ideas and preferences like your God does, like Allah does.
Maybe
Because
we
he
could.
has desired outcomes that he
Hold on, Mahdi, hold on, Mahdi, hold on, Mahdi.
You asked me a question, so I'm answering. So it's also unembodied. I didn't say disembodied because that would have
Great command of the English language. He has vocabulary at his disposal that I don't even have.
Oh, wow.
He's good. I wasn't thinking of language barrier at all.
Well, he can teach us all, obviously. He's the master teacher. Everything he knows is the truth. I mean, he doesn't even possibly doubt his beliefs and opinions. It's 100% to this man.
Something that is counter to his argument that is viable. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't agree. I think he does doubt his position and his claims. I don't think he really believes it.
Can I ask you guys something? What does doubt mean to you?
What does it mean to you?
Well, to me, like taking the example we had earlier, if you have faith that your partner is faithful to you or isn't fucking around on you, right? There is a hint of doubt there. Because you don't know. I know my partner. We don't say I have faith in you. We don't say
Do you know? Can you give me an example of something you do know? Like with certainty or whatever level you're considering here? Like what do you do know?
Well, there's a bunch of things I do know. For example, I do know I have parents. Otherwise, I wouldn't be a human being living on this planet. I do know I'm made of matter.
Or you could just be having an experience.
I interact with it on a daily basis. I do know air is necessary for my survival.
Yeah.
If I hold my breath,
I do know that I
pass
exist.
out.
This is the only thing I know with certainty.
Yeah, I know I'm having an experience. Yeah. I know I'm having an experience. I believe it's a human one.
You said you believe. You didn't say you do know.
Yeah, I know I'm having an experience. I believe it's a human experience.
Okay, and that word human, what does it mean?
It means as an animal biological function of the natural world. Now, I could be some kind of other conscious state that's experiencing something unbeknownst to me.
Right, so that's what I was getting ready to ask. When you go to sleep, you go into a dream. I'm assuming everyone had a dream. Are you a human then?
I assume in what?
No, I'm saying, do you
have
a conscious awareness of I'm a human being that's asleep? Do you feel that? I mean,
I don't know. Being in a sleep and dream state is kind of a trip. I'd have to think about what I think there.
Okay,
You know that it's a dream. Hold on a second. You know that it's a dream state.
Yeah, I think I become aware sometimes. I wouldn't say I'm lucid dreaming, but I think many times when I'm dreaming, I do realize I'm dreaming.
So when you do get up from it, one second. When you do get up from it, do you know that it existed? Like that you existed and this whole thing was an experience that existed?
Like I said, I'm aware that it's a dream.
Right. So the dream exists.
No, but I'm
dream
saying
existed in my mind.
Yeah.
How did it feel when you were?
Okay, so the only thing we know with certain of is existence itself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know I'm having an experience, and I believe it's a human experience.
What other experience would there be?
I already explained you. It could be another kind of. I already explained you right out of the gate when to find my terms.
I'm sorry. I think we come to those parts of these discussions where there's a failure of vocabulary where I can't even articulate exactly.
I believe it could be another conscious experience. Possibly. I'm not saying that it's a high probability. I just think that there's the opportunity that it could be, like even if I was a solipsist or a brain in a vat, or this whole thing is just a dream loop, like, sure, those are possibilities.
Exactly.
But I am having an experience, and I believe it to be an animal experience.
Okay, so there's exactly what you say. You say, I believe there's a possibility. I don't think it's a high one, but there is a possibility.
Like I know I'm having
an experience. So that brings in that sense of doubt. So where does doubt?
I know I'm having
that means without having full proof. Like when I touch the stove for fire.
It doesn't matter. What he's establishing is existence itself. That's all that matters.
So
Yeah, I know I'm having an
that-
experience, and in what condition I am as an existent being on the table, I guess, but I believe it to be an animal one.
I can respect that. You know what? I'll leave it there. I really respect that.
An animal one that exists. That we can never, ever, ever get out from the loop of existence.
I feel like that's the philosophy of a cockroach. If a cockroach has consciousness, that's exactly what it would say. I believe I am an insect.
You believe that a cockroach would say something
Cockroaches
like
never
that?
say it.
Chemistry
Yeah,
and
it was
it's
sentient.
Unless
Or is the
you have
cockroach
experienced the
sentient
cockroach
to you?
data.
Well, from my perception, I don't know. I can't
Why would you use a cockroach though? That's really strange.
No, I'm saying
I
can't
Like I did say an animal,
cockroaches are
but
sentient.
I was thinking of like a human first, and then I even just opened it up a little bit more than you went cockroach. I think that's interesting.
How's it interesting? It's because they're
Because
lower life.
you didn't even think like ape, you didn't think squirrel, you didn't think cat, you didn't even think dolphin.
Okay, for God's sake, a box jellyfish.
You just live the longest, probably. That's what. Those mofos can survive anything. Like, I mean, cockroaches are like freak. It's a freak solution.
Yeah, I've heard this sort of thing about consciousness with cockroaches. I haven't wanted to look more into it. I tried to understand it specifically.
I mean, we can always say they have like low level consciousness, right?
I believe lions and cockroaches are conscious. They wouldn't be able to move and function. I mean, they build off of instinct. I think we're talking about sentience. The ability to know you are experiencing something. However, you can't do anything about it. You have to stay a slave to your biological processes. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't understand what you're saying because I honestly think a lot of these conversations are actually political and not religious in nature, and they're really just the undertone is really political. For example, I heard Mahdi in a room saying horrific things about Jews, saying they all want to start a war, take over the world, detonate a nuclear bomb, take over Lebanon, take over Iran, take over this country. Like, it's just fucking delusional. It's anti-Semitic.
Literally have stated out loud in front of the world, I want to take over Lebanon and nuke the world. Or have there been Jews that have said that directly?
No Jews have said they want to nuke the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, just check it.
Netanyahu might have said it once in a while.
I think it could be projection.
I mean, not publicly. No public Jewish officials. No, private crazy people. Sure, maybe.
Yeah, crazy people there in the ministry of Israel. I'm sorry. With Ben Gabir.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Just tickle the toes a little bit with a feather. There it goes.
What does that mean?
Bring evidence that someone said that from the office.
Absolutely. Okay, so I should go onto Google and look up this empirical fact to prove to you someone
Yes,
clearly
please. You made it. Yes, please. You made the claim.
But
Please
you know
provide
it.
the evidence.
But you know about this claim. You want to send me
I don't.
on a goose chase to go to Google. Fine. Okay.
Got it. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know this claim. You made the claim. Please provide the evidence.
Minister that suggested nuking Gaza